All right, so I'm back. I decided the brown paper wasn't solving my problem after all, and I turned off the light behind me, so you should be able to see a little bit better. So let's pretend this is the side of a building that's going back in space to your vanishing points, right? And we want to make a curve on this side of it, or we want to make a circle, like maybe it's a tunnel we can walk into. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to connect our corners. Now, I did not draw this super precisely because I'm trying to do it for the demonstration. Okay, I'm trying to be kind of quick about it. I will also upload to Office 365 a template that looks like pages from that book, so you can practice on a pre-made template. All right, so we're gonna pretend this is going back to our vanishing point, right? So we don't really need to draw the whole line, we just need to draw these tangents here that cross, and then the same thing for the plumb line. So I'm going to make sure I keep that square, and I'm going to allow for the thickness of the triangle. And my pencil's kind of fat, so I'm going to slide it over a little. All right, so we know that our curve has to kind of kiss off of these tangents right here, but how do you know how far out it goes? Well, I'll tell you how this works is, and I'm going to use a different color for this so that you can differentiate it when you watch my video here. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. All right, so you're going to connect these tangents with a straight line, which essentially what that's doing is it's cutting that piece of the line in half. All right, so basically you're almost kind of creating a little diamond in the middle of this ellipse, or in the middle of this rectangle, sorry. And there's more. Now you're going to take that and you're going to divide it in half. So this space right here, you're going to cut in half, and you're going to cut in half, and you're going to cut in half, and you're going to cut in half. Because each of these, if you'll notice, because this side's back in space, or at least the illusion of back in space, it's smaller than this part up here. Even though in real life, if we were facing it from straight on, we know it's all equal, but the whole point of using this ellipse technique is to make it look like it's properly going back in space. So I'm going to make that curve continually flow off of all of those places where I've made a mark. And you might have to make marks. You notice that my pencil's kind of going back and forth to get the most smooth line. And at this point, it's lower here than it is here because it's going back in space. It should not get flat, all right? It should not get flat and look like a football when you're done. It should not have points on it. It should not have big flat sides like a water balloon that's sitting on the ground. It should really have nice continuous curves. If you feel like part of it is flat, like I said, I have a better time making curves with this motion of my wrist than I do like this. And so I might flip my paper around in order to get the best curve. And now this looks like it's starting to kind of flatten out a little, and here there's sort of a point. So this takes some practice. This definitely takes some practice. All right. And what you will see happen when you do this is that the further your side of your building is twisted, the flatter your ellipse will be, right? And we saw that in the book. So I'm going to pull that book back out. Right? So see here, these are all, oh God, you can't even see that because they're so faint. Oh, all right, so this right here is the sheet, this mysterious sheet that you can't see. There are actually pictures on there. There's different angles to rectangles, and this is the one that I will upload to Office 365 so that you can practice. So essentially, it's different versions of these two fellas here, and it will be different directions and whatever, but honestly, the curve is the same whether you're looking at it this way, right, like the side of a tunnel, or this way. Oops, sorry. If you're making archways, like, you know, an aqueduct kind of thing, Trying to find the picture. There isn't one. I know it's here somewhere. It's nowhere. There it is. So you're doing something like this. That's just half a circle, right? That's half of a circle. So essentially, it would be as though you did this. You still want your below, right? So you know where to come with everything, but like, because the lines will change. If you just do it from there to there, then the arch will be slightly different. Okay, so that's how to do curves.